the world, when you consider the platform that Instagram is a huge number. Between you and Huda together, you have 8 million followers. You have 7 million followers on your own. And as I mentioned, that's more than President Barack Obama. You have a huge captive audience. We're at a fashion forum where Vogue is considered the Bible of the global industry, and now you have more followers than Vogue. And you jumped 1 million followers in 2 weeks. What's the secret? How do you get noticed? Is there a magic potion that all of us should sort of try and follow, or what works? Has it been
Everybody wants to know, right? I wouldn't say there's like a magic potion. There's not like an algorithm. There's no really real science to it. We work a lot with promoting other artists, and we work a lot with engaging other artists, and I think that's somewhere also that our brand is moving in the very near future too. Even our blog is going to transform into more of a platform for women. It's something that I think has helped us, and I think that's probably been one of the funnest and coolest things, you know, like to see, and we love it. We love to post to somebody and then see them grow a lot as well. It's really exciting for us, and I think probably women appreciate that, and I think that's probably the reason why we started to grow. I also did notice after our lashes, people became very excited about the lashes, and that was a huge instrument in our growth as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting point that you bring up, because when I look at your Instagram, actually, it's not all about you. I would say, I think, you know, in the last day, I maybe saw like 7, 8 different posts, and it's a lot of it are reposts of other bloggers, and that seems to be a transition. And oftentimes, here we think, oh, well, our Instagram has to be like different pictures of us, or can you tell us a little bit more about that strategy, and is this something that in general social media is moving more towards?
I mean, everyone has different strategies. I know a lot of, you know, Insta bloggers and Insta famous people, personalities, who don't actually feature anyone, they just feature themselves. I just think it's up to you. For me, I always thought, gosh, there's so much going on in the beauty world. I can't create enough photos to actually fulfill the needs, in my opinion. So I felt like there needed to be, I love to like kind of inundate people with good information. So that's where I was like, there needs to be a lot going on. There needs to be so much happening. And that's kind of where our strategy was. I mean, I know a lot of bloggers out there who have really beautiful photos of their own, and I think it's incredible. There's so many of them. They're amazing. Yeah. But I personally, I think it really depends on the person. I think it's crucial for anybody to identify what they want to be, who they want to be, what is their ultimate goal, what do they want to be perceived as, like, you know, not just now, not just 6 months from now, in the next 5 years. And then you go from that. If you want to be that personality, then maybe featuring other artists would make sense. If you want to be perceived as a platform, which is where we're going, then it makes sense.
Social media-wise, it's not just Instagram. Your blog is really central, and your YouTube tutorials. I mean, how many women in this room have watched Huda's YouTube tutorials? I mean, I'm sure even people who like, yeah, the men even. I mean, you know, people play them when they're getting ready to feel inspired. Now you do the get ready with me videos. Can you talk to us about sort of the balance between the different platforms, and how do you achieve that? Do you give equal time to each?
I think it's actually a really big challenge, because as bloggers and as personalities who are now on a platform that is, you know, so easy to go viral, and you really want it to go viral, and that's it's very hard to organize. Like, which platform do I actually focus on? Do I focus on a blog? Do I focus on, you know, Instagram? Do I focus on YouTube? What do I focus on? And that becomes a challenge. So for our brand specifically, we try to use the blog to kind of bring everything in together. But it's an ongoing challenge as well. Like, you know, you kind of think like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing, I get it. And then at the same time, like, oh my gosh, no, I'm thrown for a curve, you know, because now Snapchat is really big. So, you know, I think that the most important thing is that ultimately you are creating content that you truly believe in, you truly love. And, you know, you may want to focus on one platform at a time. So right now we're focusing a little bit more on Instagram, and then we are shifting to YouTube for 2016. You know, you kind of have to have a plan.
Yeah,
it really is true.
It's fun to see, and you know, last week I actually started going back to some of your initial videos, and it was so much fun to watch, because now they seem like full-on productions. What were they like in the beginning, and what's it actually like now? Is it a production, or have you just learned how to do it better?
My first video was awful. I shot it about 27 times before I got it. I had like a bunch of books and boxes. I didn't understand like tripods and all that stuff, so I had like a bunch of things like stacked up, and I had a little camera. And it was the first time I was like, you know, I'm just gonna try, I'm just gonna wing it, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And it sucked. And I did it over and over and over and over again, 27 times.
Is it a matter of practice makes perfect then in terms of how you evolved and where you are now?
You know, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I shot that video, I was really nervous. I didn't feel comfortable at all. I was super like, oh my gosh, people are gonna think I'm so dumb, what am I doing? And now it's like, you know what, it's not really that big of a deal. I'm just gonna, wing it. So I think when you probably overthink it, that's where it becomes really a big challenge. And when you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna make this really fun. I'm gonna put my real personality into this, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So you can ultimately kind of like try and see what's gonna happen. It's a lot of trial and error, really, and then it's getting used to it.
Yeah.
You have to get comfortable in front of the camera. That takes time. It's not, it doesn't happen overnight. So don't feel for any reason that if you don't get it the first time that, oh, this is not me, I can't do it.
If you had to only take 3 things with you in a little bag somewhere, and there's the only 3 items you could wear, what would those be?
I'm not going to say my lashes, which I know people are going to be surprised about. No, because then you need glue, and that's 2 out of 3.
Yeah, true.
So I can't do that. So I would say concealer. I would say a really good concealer, a really good mascara, and then a really good liner. That's all I would take. Pretty easy.
I want to move into the part of your life of becoming an entrepreneur and creating a product line, and why you did lashes. Of the many products you could have gone into, how did you choose to do that?
It's kind of funny because when we started blogging, everybody's like, why are you doing beauty? And when we started lashes, everybody's like, why are you doing this? Like, why do you go for things that are not that popular? And I'm like, that's exactly why I go for them, because they're not that popular. And for me, it was like, we're still now asked, like, oh, are you going to do makeup? Are you going to do this? And I'm not going to say that we're not going to do makeup, because we most definitely are doing makeup in 2016. But I always try to do something that is a little bit outside the box. And at the time when we had launch lashes, the only lashes you could really buy were MAC, especially in the Middle East. And then there was some makeup for everyone's. But I always felt like I wanted a little bit more. And that's why we decided to create lashes. A little bit after that, there's a lot of lash companies out there. But we are still doing our best to become the #1 lash brand in the world. And there's a lot of projects that are coming out with us. You might see a little bit, but we are constantly working behind the scenes to create new projects. And I think that's where I struggle, because I'm doing behind the scene and also in front of the camera stuff, and it's a challenge.
Reaching the global market is always the challenge. You started locally, you started at Sephora Middle East, and I'm sure it was a long process to get to Sephora globally.
Yeah.
But what does it take to get there? Did you have to prove that you could do it in this market first?
Sephora US is a very interesting enterprise. It's very different from Sephora Middle East. So basically, it was me stalking them all the time. I would send them, I met with them a year ago, and I showed them our products, and they were like, yeah, we're not interested. And I was like, no, you have to have these products here. And they were like, no, we really don't think it's going to be anything that's going to be that incredible. So we started basically bombarding them with products all the time, and we were really persistent. And then finally, they were like, okay, we'll have your products here. So it took a lot. It took a lot of persistence, basically never giving up.
And you mentioned product lines for 2016.
Yes.
And you may move beyond lashes. Can you
We are
share
moving beyond
anything
lashes.
beyond that with us? When
Okay.
we can expect something? Will you launch it here first?
We will be launching it here first, actually. That was one thing that was really important to us, because we always feel like the Middle East gets everything last, and it drives me crazy. So I am trying my best to bring everything here first. We are doing a product. I'm wearing it right now. It's in makeup, and it's launching in January, February, in the Middle East first. Sephora US has been on top of me to get it there, and I'm like, you guys need to wait. So we'll be launching it here at least 30 days before it hits the States, which we're excited about.
So we'll see you in January.
Yeah, we are entering the makeup category in a very strong way in 2016.